Okay guys, so today I want to show you how we adjust a stretchy band. Some of you may know how to do this, some of you may not know how to do this, and I've got this question a million times, so I thought I'd take the time to show you today how we go about sizing these to fit a customer. So I've got a customer who needs to have a certain number of these out, and how I measure it on his wrist is we put it on the customer's wrist like so. And then I like to take the band and kind of hold it like that so that it's loose or comfortable for the customer. We don't want it too tight. And again, in the wintertime, you don't want to make it too tight because in the summertime, your wrist will expand. And what we're doing is we're just kind of pinching it right there. And I've got some play in it without stretching the band out. So that's a good fit. It's not going to be too tight. It's not going to be too loose. What I do is keep my fingers pinched there. I'm going to pull this off. Okay, so I've got my fingers pinched about where I had it on my wrist, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to assume that this piece and this piece will have to be connected. So we're going to count the number of links: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. I'm going to take on approximately 20 links and then put the band back together. So I'm going to show you how we're going to do that. First thing I like to do is have my screwdriver handy because I use that to bend over the tab. So I'm going to let's get some light here on this subject. And again, we're going to be working with links at the bottom of the band. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to come over here and I'm going to open up one of these links. And I'm going to put my screwdriver in there and I'm going to bend it down just like so. So hopefully you can see that I'm bending it down. Okay? And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it the exact same on the opposite side, but for the top link. So I'm going to come over here, and this is the bottom link here. It's in this groove here. And what I want to do is do one link up and one link over on the top. So I'm going to grab this one right here, and I'm going to bend that up ever so gently. And then what I should be able to do is just slide this like so. And that breaks the band apart, but it leaves all the little pins in place. Then I can count the number of links I need to take out. Okay, and once I've gotten to the point where I've got the links, I'm at the point where I'm going to take this off. I'm going to bend the tabs at those particular links, which is right here, in the exact same order. So I'm going to take the bottom one here, I'm going to bend that down like so, and then I'm going to follow that up. From there, I'm going to follow this groove all the way across. And I'm going to come over to this link right here. And we're going to bend this tab out. So let me get my screwdriver in there. And I'll bend that up. And now again, I should be able just to pull this right apart just like that. That leaves me with the end of the band, and you can see here I've got the pin on that side and the pin on this side, and they should fit into those slots that we bent over the tabs on. So there's little spots here you can see if we look closely. This little pin right here, the springy bar, goes into this little slot right there. And what we want to do is get that in that groove. And if you have to use tweezers, go ahead and do so. And then that's in. And now I'm going to come over to the opposite side. And I have to get this pin in. Now, this one's going to be a little trickier because I'm going to have to move it out to get it into the hole. So I'm going to grab it with my tweezers. And I'm going to kind of pull it up without releasing the other side and wedging this spring bar into position. Oh, and then see that'll happen. You get that every once in a while, and if that happens, just be patient. You will get through it. So let's get this spring into position. And then I'll come over to the opposite side, and I will work with the other bottom one. Now our springs are in place, but our tabs, you can see, are still bent up. So I use a nice pair of flat nose polished pliers, and I'm going to grab this little tab and I'm going to bend it down ever so carefully. And these are closing pliers, so I can grab this and I can just kind of close it with my closing pliers. And we want to do the same to this bottom part right here. I'm going to twist this out like so we can see it. And here's the bottom tab and those two little spring clips, and they're in there good. And I want to grab that one just like so and bend it in, and then I can use my closing pliers to close that up just like that. Once that's done, there should be no discernible difference in the band, and it should be sized to fit the customer's wrist. So if I put that on, you can see we've got a good fit, and it does stretch right over. And that is how we adjust these bands, guys. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, give it a thumbs up if you liked it. And if you're not a subscriber, consider subscribing. I do post a video or two every week about jewelry design, watch repair, and other things.